Happy Friday. Good morning to you on Facebook and good morning to you, our friends on Instagram. Tanja here, peak performance specialist for real estate principals and teams that really want to grow themselves and their business in the least amount of time. And this is Rapid Fire Friday. What is Rapid Fire Friday? It's where I come to you live every single Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good morning, Kate. Good morning, Holly. To share top insights from all my one-on-one coaching sessions for the week and just rapid fire tips that you can integrate into your business. Hey, Kate, nice walk early this morning, 6 degrees, I think it was, far out. So this week, morning, Holly, how are you, beautiful? This week, I'm going to be continuing to share some of the top lessons from key performing principals and agents that spoke on stage at Arec in the Gold Coast. So if you have a pen and paper handy, I invite you to get ready to write some stuff down. And if you don't and you're driving, great, stay safe, and you can always listen to the record. So also, before I kick off, I want to welcome, Kate, get ready. I want to welcome to the Digital Live Ride, Louise Lupton, Director of Lupton Ferguson, is joining us, and Paula Beavis from Jealous Craig is also joining us. Congratulations, ladies. Cannot wait to have you on the ride with Kate, myself, and 35 other real estate professionals that are arriving 500 kilometers across Thailand. So give yourselves a round of applause. Cannot wait to share the experience with you. Apologies in advance. G'day, Integrated Wellbeing. Love that name. If you're getting glare off my glasses, it just enables me to actually read my notes effectively. How's your week been? How is your week? Are you noticing that the industry has shifted somewhat if you're in real estate? Is there more buyer confidence and vendor confidence now that the election is over and we know who is leading this country and what implications that may or may not mean? Are you noticing a difference? Over. Good on you, Kate. By the way, Kate, Paula, Louise, myself, and I've got maybe a couple of other clients joining us. We're going to do some ride sessions. So we might ride up to you and you might ride down to us. Okay, Digital Live Ride quickly is where we real estate professionals are coming together to ride 500 kilometers across Thailand to raise funds for orphaned kids that, you know, don't have parents and don't have access to a quality education. So if you want to find out about how you can get involved, head to or just Google Digital Live Ride 2020 and all the details will come up there, or you can DM me and I can give you some info. All right, pen and paper ready or listening ears open. I shared on Monday Todd Duncan, who is the international sales entrepreneur that has 5 million students. Hey, who have we got here? Ben, g'day, Ben and Jessica. Kerbin, hello, Ben. I feel like I'm leaving you out. To you too. Hey, Jess, nice to see your face. Hey, Ben. All right, here we go. I shared Todd Duncan. I shared some of his great stuff from Higher Trust, which is a subject very close to my heart of how you build rapport with people. And really, you know, if you're not converting 100% of your clients, you're not establishing great rapport. This is some of these lessons here are from the people that spoke on day one, and Mindset Mastery Monday next week, I'll share the day two speakers notes that I took. Okay. Tom Hector, who is a business partner of Phil Harris at Harris Real Estate in South Australia. His topic was the longevity of high performance. That sound that you might hear is my Staffy Chelsea, who's deciding that now is the perfect time to have a sexy back rub on the carpet. Hey, Kate, nice to have you here. So Todd sold 207 properties in the last year, and he spoke about how to dominate the suburb. He really said that, you know, you have to be like you are number one. You have to relate to yourself like you are number one in your area. Kate, we're just sharing, so Kate's just joined us on Facebook. Hun, we're just sharing lessons, me, sharing lessons from the speakers that hit the stage at Arec on Sunday and Monday. So hopefully you find this interesting. He said that really you just have to focus on the skills that matter and make sure that you read really interesting books. His books that he highly recommended to the audience was Scaling Up, Good to Great, and Titan by Rockefeller. The guy's just a machine. Like he's just very focused on, you know, consistently delivering great service, relating like you're number one, and having a belief system that you are absolutely number one. And that's why he's being able to achieve the results that he has. And of course he has Phil Harris as a business partner to share everything that he has learnt over his career as well. Rima Mundi, who is a principal at First National Northwestern, this woman was off the charts. She was one of my favorite speakers. She talked about resilience in life and in real estate. She shared a story about how she was either walking to school or walking to work. She was walking away from her family home, headed into a direction, and a bomb went off, or a series of bombs went off. And so she walked back home. And when she got home, her father said to her, you had the option to keep walking and you walked back. And she's like, yeah, well, it was safer to come back. I missed Arec. Thanks for the summary. You're really welcome, Kate. I'll go as quick as I can to get you into your Friday. So he said, you know, you came back. You had the quote was, you made your way back when you could have made your way forward. And Rima Mundi shared that this for her is a lesson for life. In life, if you're playing a game and, you know, taking risks, then you're going to get challenges. Hopefully not bombs like she experienced, but you're going to get metaphoric bombs, setbacks, upset, personally and professionally. And you have a choice to either step backwards and go back, or to keep moving forwards, no matter how painful or bruised and battered you feel. So she took that philosophy from a young girl and adopted it in her business and life, and still does to this day. And she shared phenomenal stories about how some dysfunctional elements in her business and with the brand that she was with, long story short, there was a stage where she had 37,000 people on her database. She had listings galore, a solid team, and was locked out of her own office, goes to start, you know, work for the day, and locked out of her own office. And she just shared how she navigated through those times. So here are a couple of Rima Mundi's beliefs. Okay, she said, average is just not an option for me. Do what you can to stand out and be memorable. She asked the audience, what are you doing in your marketplace to actually be memorable? How are you ensuring that people actually remember you, and then may even refer you? Energy affects everyone, so don't bring your negative energy, especially if you're a leader, into the office or into the team. And as a leader, I love this quote. She said, leaders don't have the luxury of having a bad day. It's actually really true, because as they say, a fish stinks from the head first. So she just said, I don't have the luxury of having a bad day. We just need to keep our energy high and keep moving forward. Get people to buy into your positivity. So your energy, your positivity, your enthusiasm for your team, and your enthusiasm for your clients and their homes and the whole process of real estate is what's going to set you apart. So great lesson there, Ruma. And when she was having a challenging time and needed some help, particularly in property management, her brief to the recruitment company was just send me someone with courage. Like, skills are great, but send me someone with courage. She needed to surround herself with people that were fearless and who were willing to do what it takes, because she was navigating a lot of turmoil in her business. What I loved is she also said she had young kids, a single mother. She had separated from her husband at the time. Hey, Adam, great to have you tuning in, as always, my friend. And her kids were saying to you, Mum, we've got your back, keep going. How enrolled is her family in her success? So the kids are encouraging her to rise and thrive and be resilient. Okay, over to David Walker. He's the #1 performing agent, a principal in Ray White nationally, and he shares his success. And he shared a story up front about how when he was a young boy, his mum packed his lunch in one of his sister's old lunch boxes. So he went to school with his lunch packed, nothing strange about that. However, the lunch box was hot pink. So this kid goes to school in a new year and he's got this hot pink lunchbox. And what do you reckon happened? By the way, can you just type in where you're watching this from? Where are you watching? What suburb or town or country are you in? Just type in for me where you're watching this from, and if it's live or if it's the record. So he says that, yeah, his mum sent him to school with a pink lunchbox. What do you reckon happened? the dude was, picked on. He went home, bawled his eyes out, had a go at his mum and said, how dare you? You made a spectacle. He wouldn't have said spectacle, but you made a fool of me. I got picked on. And she said, okay. And she sent him to school the next day with the pink lunchbox again and forced him to go, highly encouraged him, forced him to go. And over time, what happened was this pink lunchbox became a point of difference for him. And hey, Luke, great to have you here, buddy. Became a point of difference for him. And eventually it influenced other kids, including boys, to have a pink lunchbox. They started to adopt this philosophy of not being afraid to stand out. Pretty big gig for a young boy, right? Greg, Port Lincoln, South Australia. Hey, Greg, nice to have you here live. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Like the pink lunchbox story. So here's the thing that I know as a peak performance coach. We have these desires to be awesome and great and stand out and make great money and change people's lives. Yet we are also equally, many of us, afraid. G'day, Katrina. Katrina, how are you, my love? Just sharing top lessons from Arec. We also have this fear of being judged and this fear of being seen and this desire to fit in. And the lesson, obviously, that mother was trying to teach David was, don't be afraid to stand out. Don't be afraid to have a point of difference. And this was a consistent theme for every top speaker at Arec. Everyone that hit the stage, they were just saying, you've got to give up your concern about what people think of you and do things that make you memorable, i.e. the pink lunchbox. So David has adopted this pink lunchbox philosophy in his business. And here are some of the things that he does to be the #1 principal for Ray White here in Australia. Okay, asked, what would you do? Oh, yeah, great question. I can't read my own handwriting. He asked the audience, what would you do in your marketplace if Richard Branson or Elon Musk opened a real estate office? Just have a think about that. When I finish this podcast, ask yourself and really seriously imagine that Virgin Real Estate or, Musk Real Estate has opened in your farm area, in your suburb. What would you do? What would you think about? What would you innovate? What would you implement that you've been thinking about for a long time? Would it be an impetus for you to act? So, interesting question. It's got me thinking as well. You must differentiate yourself. You must, and this was a consistent theme for the whole 2 days, have a structured team. Do you know, here's the thing. As a coach, and I experienced it this week as well, have position descriptions, or I like to call them purpose contracts. So many people don't have clear roles of what's expected of them, and they don't know what they should be doing 2 o'clock on a Tuesday versus 3 o'clock on a Wednesday versus 5 o'clock on a Friday. And if you're a principal and you've got staff, your staff are the biggest expense line item in your business. And if you're an agent and you've got support team, again, they're the biggest cost to your business. So make sure, do yourself a favor and make sure your people are clear about what they're supposed to do every day, that they have the resources to build efficiency and effectiveness and automate and systemize the processes in your business, and they can just support you to go and do what you need to do. So that was a really big message from him as well. Self-belief and confidence is critical. There are 128 agents in David's area. Do you reckon that's competitive? So everything that he does is about the pink lunchbox. I'm sure I just got goosebumps. I'm sure his mum is proud that she sent him to school in a loud pink lunchbox. So he's saying if you're not #1 or #2, you're not memorable. And he's #1 out of 128 agents in his area. So what can you do to stand out from a marketing perspective, from a communications perspective, from a email, video content? By the way, I've spoken about that last week. You must get out there like Kate Ashton is, getting out there consistently on video. Okay, every month he changes his listing presentation. So he doesn't just rock up with the archaic presentation, he's transforming it and updating it. Hey, Brooklyn, great to have you here, honey. Hey, do me a favor, Brooklyn. Can you DM me your mobile? I need to talk to you today about something absolutely beautiful that's going to make your day. So please message me your mobile number again. So mix up your listing consultation kit or your listing presentation kit. Don't go in there with the predictable dialogue because that'll keep you inspired. Make sure you're updating your information so you can demonstrate that you are like ahead of the curve when it comes to understanding your market and what's happening. He talked about there's a massive difference between arrogance and confidence. And look, you know, clients can see that. They buy you, they buy your energy. They don't buy your listing kit or the brand that you work for. So that's really important. He communicated that he had the toughest 12 months in his career. The days on market in his area tripled. The stock levels were down by 40%, and he's working in an area with 120 agents. A lot of reasons why he could kind of take his foot off the pedal, but no, he just kept saying to himself, what can I do that's going to be different? Hey, Noah, thanks for joining us. Noah, where are you from, my friend? Type in where you're tuning in from. We'd love to make you feel super welcome. Love this quote. David said, own it before you own it. So, you know that old thing, you know, fake it till you make it. Well, we don't want necessarily fake, but he was suggesting own it till you own it. So own energetically being number one in your area before you've hit number one, because it's not what we do that gives us the results. It's our being that influences what we do that then produces the results. But too many of us walk around being human doings. What do I need to do to have this, have that, have that, have that, and then I'll be happy? No. Who are you being now? Like, who are you being as you're tuning into this? Who are you being today in your business and your life with your health and your well-being? Who you're being determines what you do or don't do, which influences what you have or don't have. David's suggesting own it before you own it. Own it here. Be the kind of person that you imagine yourself in your area, and then you'll take very different actions and you'll produce very different results. Know your 30-second why. Have an elevator pitch. So know your 30-second why. If someone asks you, what do you say I'm a real estate agent? Or do you say something like, you know, I help people build wealth through real estate? Or, you know, I help people find homes that they love. What do you say at barbecues? Because here's the deal. Real estate agents are still the third least trusted profession in Australia. So if you're at a barbecue and people say, what are you doing? You say a real estate agent, they're either going to go, and talk to somebody else. Maybe not, because we know great real estate agents. Or they're going to ask you, how's the market? And the answer to that, and I'll tell you who actually said, if anyone, by the way, says, how's the market? You say to them, the market's great, always great at the right price. The market is always great at the right price. And that opens up a dialogue and sends a positive message. Decide you're good enough to succeed. You can see the themes for David here is self-belief, own it before you own it, decide you're good enough to succeed, and decide that you're worthy enough. And that he said also, the only thing stopping you or me is our belief of ourselves. The next level that you want to achieve is your belief. So the barrier that is stopping you from going to that next level is just your belief system. If you know this for yourself, if you know that you're sabotaging yourself, then DM me and let's have a complimentary 30-minute discovery session. G'day, James. Good morning. Did you and Brendan work out today? Give me a heads up. So the only thing that's stopping you from going to that next level is your self-belief and your self-worth and relating to yourself like you are worthy and deserving. Awesome, James. Great to hear. We also heard from Kylie Charlton and Lisa Tarano. Totaro, apologies, Lisa. Their theme was, James, we're just unpacking key themes from Arec: repeatable, scalable, and predictable. Their message, Kylie's message, was connection over commission every time. Focus on connecting rather than focusing on your commission. Bring great energy to the experience, another consistent theme. And make it your business to ensure that everybody knows who you are. So key themes are own it before you own it. Don't be afraid to stand out, the pink lunchbox story. Your energy, your vibe attracts your tribe, and have great energy, and that provides a great experience for others. Make it your business to know that everyone in your area knows you, and video is the way to do it. And InShot is a great app that I shared last time. Hey, Brendan. Nice to have you here. InShot is a video app that I shared a couple of weeks ago. I really recommend you go and check that out. InShot. You can shoot a video really quickly. You can brand it with your corporate colors. You can type in text. You can add music. You can customize it, different shapes and sizes for the different social media platforms. I think it's like $7 to buy. And you can have a video on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn within 5 minutes, and it looks super profesh. People want people. Hey, Kylie Charlton, good timing, honey. I just mentioned you and your message of connection over commission every single time. And just make sure people know who you are. Don't be the best real estate secret in your area. Get out there and be of service and connect to as many people as possible. CZ Conton. Hey, CZ Conton. That's a fantastic name. Where are you listening from? Thanks for my coaching session before, Arec. You are amazing. Hey, thanks for answering my call. I just wanted to check in and see how you were feeling, and it was my privilege to be of service to you. You nailed it. Connection over commission every time in real estate. Please remember that. All right. Steve Corby, loved this guy's presentation. So he works at Remuera in Auckland as part of the Ray White group with Megan Jaffe, and I absolutely loved what he had to say. So his whole presentation was about loving your area. This is something I am super, super passionate about. This is something that I share with my clients every single week. Be the mayor of your town. You need to know the oldest property, the oldest resident. Are you at the hospital on Mother's Day with your phone introducing the firstborn baby? Like, be like you're a politician campaigning for the seat. And metaphorically, I just mean get out there and know your community in such a way that it's just a no-brainer for people to sign up for you. His tips were: become hyper-local, know and love your area like nobody else. Set your boundaries, be consistent, and be seen consistently. Knowing your market knowledge is going to set you well apart from everybody else. Ask the question, what else have you offered on? Like, what other properties have you made an offer on buyers particularly? And that's going to give you an insight into the sort of properties they're interested in and the price range that they're dealing with. He says the quality of your life is determined by the questions you ask. You would have probably heard that quote before. He also does handwritten cards, and even though they don't look pretty, he has his business cards and in blue pen writes a personal handwritten message and pops it in people's letterbox. And the amount of feedback that he gets, because it's different to all the sexy collateral that's out there, says that people say, I felt like you were actually in my letterbox, like you made a point to handwrite me something simple, not sexy, but effective. Always ask you, how's the market? You say always great at the right price. That's the perfect answer. And when doing OFI callbacks, ask a question, just seeing if I can help you find the right home. And I would also ask you, do you have a qualifying questionnaire for buyers? So when you're doing open for inspection callbacks on a Monday, do you have a qualifying questionnaire or template for buyers that has their non-negotiable and their lifestyle, desires? If you don't, I invite you to get one. If you want one, DM me. I've got one that I can send to you. It just makes it, hey, Natasha, Natasha Hug, great name. It just makes it really profesh, and it just enables the buyer to feel that you understand what they want, and you've gone that extra mile. I got distracted then because I just remembered some lessons that I learned from a couple of Uber drivers when in the Gold Coast. Listen to this. Reese, the fourth Uber driver I had while in the Gold Coast, and then I'm going to wrap up this distinction. He said, where are you going? And I said, I'm going to Arec. It's a real estate conference in Australia. It's the biggest one. And he goes, oh, and I said, sounds like you got a story. And he goes, yeah, I recently was bidding on a property. So get this. So there's Reese bidding on a property. He put in an offer. The agent texted him back, no, we've had a higher offer. Can't accept your offer. And that's it. And that was the last piece of communication. And I said to Reese, would you have done a counter offer? And he said, hell yeah. And would it have been significant? And he said, yes, but the agent would never have known it. Unbelievable. So here's the agent saying, I've had a better offer. Thanks for your offer. Didn't A, bother to call. B, didn't even ask the question, like if he was going to do a counter offer, and Reese said he would have. So I had story after story after story across 4 Uber drivers over 2 days about their lack of service in real estate. Hey, Michael, great to have you here. So, you know, we have a long way to go, but thankfully there's still great agents doing great stuff. I don't know how to say that. Orlonks joined. I don't know if I've said that right, but please let me know where you are from. Remember, as I wrap up, to give you my last message, Mindset Mastery Monday, next Monday, is all over to you. It's where I answer any question you have about how to raise your standards, how to simplify your strategies, or how to elevate your state physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, so you can show up and do, have everything that you want. I'm here for you and your success. Why? Because I just believe you deserve to be happy and deeply fulfilled. And I really believe that real estate is a pathway to fulfill on that. Hey, Nath, I'm sure it's Nath. So g'day. Yeah, please let me know if there's anything at all that I can help you with. You can DM me a message, you can write a comment, or you can email me at tanja@tmjcoaching.com.au. Finally, I'm going to end on Steve, his final quote, which just really resonated with me. He said, make sure you have an attitude of gratitude, because when you go to heaven, God's going to ask you, how was heaven? Think about that. So I hope you have a beautiful Friday. I hope you have an amazing show day tomorrow if you're in real estate. We are 4 weeks away from a brand new financial year here in Australia. So start getting clear about what you want, and let's reverse engineer a strategy to help you get there. Don't get fancy, just get back to basics and lose yourself in service of your clients. And then you will become memorable because you'll have a point of difference. If I can help you in any way, win your game, shift your mindset, and help you achieve your goals, reach out. I would love to. I'm from Colorado. Recently discovered you and love your inspiration. Natasha, you are beautiful. Thanks for tuning in from Colorado. If there's anything I can help you with specifically, Natasha, let me know, my love. I'm here for you. Okay, I'm here for all of you. And finally, in the words of Maya Angelou, the late great poet and dancer and singer and thought leader, Maya Angelou, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Look in the mirror, tell yourself you're awesome, make yourself feel great today, and make sure you make others feel great today, especially those, as you always hear me say, that are behind the scenes making life better for you, but go unnoticed. Cleaners, people in food courts, people on the tarmac when you catch a plane. Just go make others feel great. Claire, thanks for tuning in. We are wrapping up. I love you. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing life. Please message me if there's anything I can help you with. Mindset Mastery Monday next week is all about how to elevate your real estate of mind and reset for a new financial year. Much love, friends. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. I hope you found something valuable in today's Rapid Fire Friday. Let me know. Write a comment. I'm about to wrap up. Wish you well. That was 28 minutes of love. I'll speak to you soon. Have a great day. And ciao to you, our friends on